Hey YouTube, Freedom for Kaz here. Hey, what's going on out there? I hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. Today's video is a video response to Poor Man's News video on the TSA scare and the underwear bomber. And basically what's going on with that is that the TSA is now saying that there are going to be more airplane attacks by terrorists. And basically what they're doing is that they're taking and they're cutting themselves and they're putting the bombs inside of their bodies and then they're sewing themselves back up. So you don't actually see the bomb strapped to them. It's actually inside of their body. And then these people are going to get on the planes and blow the planes up. That is essentially what the TSA is saying. Alright? Now, the way they went about this is they actually brought up the underwear bomber. They talked about the underwear bomber over Detroit last Christmas on how it almost blew up and how these terrorists are getting on airplanes. The point is that basically what they're saying is they want everybody to get scanned by the scanner. Alright? Because if you don't get scanned by the scanner, you, the American people, could be a terrorist who has one of these bombs inside of their body. Okay, so they're going to start scanning everybody. Basically, if you remember, the underwear bomber was a CIA operation. And I have links underneath to prove that. Please check out those links. There were some eyewitnesses that were on the plane and they actually spoke out. Lori and Kurt Haskell were two Detroiters who actually spoke out about what happened in the other country. I forgot what country it was that the plane left from to come back to the United States. But there were some eyewitnesses to what happened. And basically, this is what happened. They didn't know the bomber's name. They didn't know his name. He didn't have any money to buy an airplane ticket. He didn't have a passport. And those government agents put him on the plane. Okay, he was escorted to the plane without any of this information, supposedly. Now, if you've got a guy without money, no passport, can't buy his own ticket, and you put him on a plane and he's got a bomb, okay, that's obviously an inside job. And again, the links will actually prove that the underwear bomber was an inside job. The only reason it happened was to, again, increase the fear of the American people because they are sleeping, and to make it seem like as if all Americans are terrorists, so all Americans now need to be scanned before getting onto the airplanes. Okay, the bottom line is this. There aren't enough people waking up fast enough in this country. Okay? And what's frustrating is that I think sometimes that we, the Truther Group, we sometimes get frustrated and we try to forcibly wake somebody up. We just want to grab these people and shake them and say, wake up, but that's not going to work. All we have to remember is this. It's not our job to wake somebody up. What our job is to simply present them the information. That's all that we can do. All we can do is just that. Present them the information and encourage them to read it, to watch it, to do research on it, and get them to understand what's really going on here. That's all that we can really do. It doesn't make any sense. I know sometimes I get frustrated. Like I said, I just want to reach through the screen and just grab these people and just make them wake up. But you can't do that. You can't wake people up like that. I know I didn't wake up like that. Okay? I was given some information. It took me about a year to start researching it. And then once I realized, wow, I started connecting the dots. Then I woke up and then I joined the movement as well. So that's all that we can really do. I know it's frustrating. I know for those of us who are awake, you know, we just keep banging our head against the wall, it seems, but we are getting somewhere. It's too bad the American people are waking up too slowly. They are waking up, but it's a very slow movement. And why is it so slow? It's because they're watching Dancing with the Stars, American Idol, The Voice. They're worried about their favorite sports team. They're worried about what's going to be going on next week. And they're not really paying attention to what our government is doing. Okay. Now I want to move on with this, and again, about what our government is doing. There's a huge story in the news right now about the Fast and Furious gun probe. Basically what happened is the Justice Department and the ATF were kind of working together on this, and 18 months ago what happened is that a whole bunch of semi-automatic assault rifles were purchased by the U.S. government, and semi-automatic handguns were purchased by the U.S. government. These guns were documented and tagged, and they were given to the Mexican cartel. The ATF and the Justice Department was going to monitor these guns and try to figure out where the guns were going. But these guns moved so fast inside the Mexican cartel that the guns could not be tracked. And essentially the guns got lost. Okay? Now there's a big article that came out, honestly, on July 4th. And there's a huge, huge argument between the Justice Department and the ATF as to whose fault this is. But what's funny about this is that if you remember back a few months ago, our government was saying that the Mexican cartel was buying guns here in America and illegally taking them over across the border back into Mexico. That was an all-in-out lie. And this is the proof to that. This is the proof between the argument between the Justice Department and the ATF of what's going on with these Mexican guns, with rather American guns in the Mexican cartel. This is the truth. But yet they want to attack the Second Amendment, they want to attack the Constitution, they want to attack the American people by saying it's all their fault there, between the Constitution, the American people, and the gun shops in America. But the bottom line is that our government gave them the guns. Proof is right here. There'll be links underneath. Alright? Folks, there's a lot of stuff going on. I want to talk about Minnesota real quick. I don't know how true and accurate this is, but Minnesota is completely shut down. All of their state workers are completely laid off. Everything is just under lock and key, and it's called under banker occupation, which in a sense, you know, they got to vote on their budget in the state of Minnesota, and until they agree on their budget, there will be no state workers working. And if this is true, I truly and strongly believe that this could be the beginning of the downfall, the financial downfall, because they're talking about other states are right on the cusp of falling into the same situation that Minnesota is.